Hello everyone, Lucky here. Today I'm going to show you how my ping pong ball cannon works. Right now I have it hooked up to this cylinder of helium. That will go and pressurize this high pressure reservoir, which is a 3-foot long section of 3-inch PVC. This is Schedule 40 PVC. It is still operating below its maximum operating pressure. I pressurize this up to about 150 or 160 psi. Has a factor of safety of about 7 for its ultimate burst pressure. That's connected here to this large weight to prevent it from flying backwards too much due to the recoil. I also have these 2 ratchet straps connected onto it here to prevent this section from decoupling once it's under pressure. Here we have a rubber coupling that goes to one of these cartridges. This one is 3 layers of ultra wide packing tape. The one I have in there currently is 4, along with this nickel chromium burn wire on the surface. So this allows me to pressurize it up to around 150 psi and then burn the burn wire and fire it when I want to. That's connected to this intermediate stage, which is just a cross here so that I can attach the ratchet straps. It has a tiny hole in it to release any pressure that goes through the coupling before it fires. That's then connected to this 1/2-inch PVC section. This is covered with a mylar membrane, and this holds vacuum inside the barrel. The barrel is a 10-foot long section of 1.5-inch PVC, and that's evacuated through this line, by this vacuum pump. And typically it goes down to around 100 to 500 millitorr. And I found that that's pretty important to have a good vacuum in order to reach a high velocity with the ball. That's connected over here to some more weights. And this is another coupling here, which you can see is holding on mylar membrane on the other side. Over here I have 2 laser beams shining at photodiodes. These are 10 centimeters apart and loaded with a 100 ohm resistor each. And that's going to this oscilloscope. You can see here I have the signal from the last time I fired it. So blue is the front laser. You can see as the ball passes in front of it, it dips down, and then same thing happens with the yellow later on. And by comparing the time difference between these 2 fronts, I can calculate the speed of the ball because I know the distance between the 2 laser beams. I have it right now firing at some steel microwave covers. You can see here from the last shot, it's quite scary. It actually went straight through both microwave covers and left a sizable hole in my garage door. But now I have some more mass behind it, so hopefully that shouldn't happen again. The firing procedure consists of, first of all, I have to decouple these ratchet straps, open this up and replace the cartridge. This is what it looks like once it's burnt. Also replace the mylar seals. I put a ping pong ball in. I also added a little metal clip in here that keeps the ping pong ball past this T section here, because the T has a little bit wider diameter and the ping pong ball will sit in there and not fully line up with the barrel if I don't do that. I found that to be quite important for getting high velocity. Then I'll put on my PPE, start the vacuum and wait until it gets to below 500 millitorr. Reset the oscilloscope and test fire it, or test trigger it. I can do that now. So I'll take a little stick here and wave it in front of the laser, and you can see it's triggered. You can probably do that even a little faster here. There. Then I will set up the camera. Go over here. This Even though this is well below its burst pressure, I like to cover it with a blanket and some heavy boards, just in case. Then I will go over here, I will pressurize it up to 150 PSI, and then I will turn on this power supply, which will send 10 amps through that burn wire and burn it almost immediately. So let's see it work. So I did the math. It looks like the velocity was about 833 meters per second, which is about 2.4 times the speed of sound in air. It's not necessarily traveling at Mach 2.4 though, because the speed of sound is going to be different in the air surrounding here, because it's going to be a mixture of helium and air, and it's going to be at a different temperature. But I think that might be a world record. I think the fastest I've seen might have been 773 meters per second. Although I'm not sure about that. A couple things to note. First of all, I fired it at around 160 to 170 PSI, so got a little bit of a boost from there. Also, since this pressure gauge is at the close to the fill line and not inside the tank, it's going to be reading a little bit of higher of a pressure than is actually inside the tank. And same thing with the vacuum valve, or vacuum gauge. The vacuum gauge is right here. So it's reading the pressure at the pump inlet. So the pressure that's inside the barrel is actually probably a little bit higher than that. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Be very careful if you try this yourself. I wouldn't say don't try it at home, because that would be quite hypocritical. But it is, as you can see, very destructive and very easy to lose a limb or your life doing this. So just keep that in mind. And best of luck to anyone who tries to replicate this. Here's some of the data I collected while optimizing the launcher. I didn't optimize the length of the barrel, although extending it from 10 feet to 18 feet did not cause a major improvement. I tried adding a vacuum reservoir to the end of the barrel to dissipate any gas that makes it past the ping pong ball, which seems to have increased the speed slightly, even though I wasn't able to reach as high of a vacuum with the reservoir attached. I also used a clip to push the ball past the tee for the vacuum line so that it wouldn't fall into the tee while pulling vacuum, since the tee has a wider inner diameter. That's all for now. See you later!